I don't know if other people may want to.
Well, for me, when I was married, it was a little difficult because of my courses. It took so much time with computer science trying to study and remember so much information. And sometimes my husband would say, well, you know, you're in the lab for so long, and I would just try to remind him. I didn't do it all the time, but I would just try to remind him this is only temporary. It's not going to be forever. And so that helped a little bit. Now, as a single person, I don't really have that problem. So try to go to the university right out of high school, and before you get married or have kids, that'll be a little bit easier on you. But of course, you can still do it if you're married or have kids. It's a little more difficult, though.
I had my children, some of them, when I was still in school, so that was very difficult. But engineering works pretty well with that because engineering is more task-oriented. You don't have to punch a time clock. You need to get a solution done within 18 months or three months or something. So I was able to rearrange my hours. Like if I needed to take off to take a child to the doctor, I would work a Saturday morning or rearrange my schedule. And too, working with your peers, it helps a lot. There are other mothers out there that are facing the same thing. So you just work together. But being a salaried professional gives you a lot of freedom that you wouldn't have with having an hourly job or having a job that had very definite times that you had to be doing certain things.
I don't have family. My family's my dog and my husband's in school too. So we're literally strangers in the night. On the weekend, it's like, oh wait, I have a husband. Okay, that's great. Wow. Okay, want to do something? You know. But even then, on the weekends, you know, we're stuck doing homework and everything. But I mean, it's just it's a delicate balance. But you're gonna have that anywhere, regardless of if you're in science technology or if you're a secretary or if you're an English professor. That's just one of the parts of being grown up. It sucks, but everyone's got to face it. Doesn't matter if you're a mathematician or a hairdresser.
10 more minutes, so we're ready. I'm going to take a question over here from her.
It's for Miss Wright. What would you say the best thing about your career is?
I get to work with a lot of money. I really do. I do research. Right now, I'm working on comparing the safety culture of how people, I want to go into mine safety, and I'm working on how people in different countries treat safety at work. So this summer, I'm working on getting a grant. They're going to pay for me to go to Australia, to England, and to Germany. I've already got Australia in my pocket, and I get another grant to do that. And I couldn't pay for that on my own. I'm a student. You know, I get someone to let me travel all throughout the world, and I think that's just so cool. You know, that's my favorite part.
Who is your biggest hero, and who encouraged y'all the most to pursue your dreams when you were a child, or as even an adult if your parents are still alive? For any one of y'all.
Mine would have to be both my parents and my teachers. I had great teachers in high school, and many of the science and math teachers I had were women, and so that played a critical role in me going back to teaching and recognizing that that was an important profession and career.
Me too. You need to find somebody who believes in you and will tell you, you can do this, and because you can. But when it's hard going, you need to have that person reminding you you can do it. And me too. I had very supportive parents and good teachers.
And I did have my father, who not necessarily pushed me into computer science, but he did always tell me at a very young age to not settle for less, always strive for the best. And so since this is what I want to do, I just strive and just keep going until I get what I want.
I think lots of times you hear for prior generations, who was your role model? Well, it's not a particular person really anymore. It's just a network of support. You know, sometimes my mom would give me a gentle push. Sometimes she would shove me, you know, in the right direction. But, you know, just family, friends, teachers, colleagues, it's a very supportive environment. Academia is. And it's hard to convince someone to let you drop out. No one wants to see you drop out. None of your teachers, none of your peers, your classmates. Half of it's because, well, hey, you're good in this subject. If you drop out, I'm not going to pass that course, you know. So it's all around.
Did y'all ever have where like people would tell y'all, not just because you're a girl, but because they thought it was too much for you, like try to put you down, try to make you stop taking so much math and science and get into that career?
I've had that. You're right. Not just because you're a girl, they would say, "Well, that's just too much for you to handle." I'm thinking, let me be convinced of that myself. If I think it's too much, then I'll change. But so far, I think it's fine. So don't let them tell you that, and don't believe it. If you think you can do it, just go ahead and do it.
You're the best one to make decisions about you. You know yourself better than anyone else, so you don't have to necessarily believe everything everybody tells you about you. It may be true, it may not, but you need to be the one to decide if it's true.